All right, as we're arriving here, so a little bit more tech. So, but we're here, we've landed, and welcome to Seer and Higher Self YouTube Lives. So it's 7:30 in the morning in Vancouver. We're arriving here, so a little bit. Just checking if the audio isn't working, just always leave a message in the chat. And all I need for questions is your first name and your year of birth and your question. And it's always good to have a question that is, personal to you, not other people, because we don't have other people's consent, but we can look at things from your perspective or your point of view. And there will also be a description in the YouTube Live. Let's see. Yeah, there'll be a description kind of what the session is about. And so we're basically here to see kind of like what's going on with your life, and then also to talk about kind of what's happening as people are transitioning in their consciousness. So many people are having spiritual awakenings or consciousness shifts, and then how to stabilize those shifts so that it starts feeling like it's your regular state of being, instead of going from, oh, I'm in my heart space, which is 5D, and then going down to 3D, which is fear, guilt, shame, anger, and then looping in the low vibration. So 3D is the material world, and it was created in order to keep you in a very low vibration. And so its whole system is built 3D's whole system of consciousness is a very low vibration. So it's meant to keep you looping in fear, shame, guilt, anger, with moments of joy. And then if you do feel joy, it's like an altered state kind of joy. So I'm just going to look at some of the messages right now in the chat. Let's just take a look. Hmm. Yeah, the all right. So just reading the chat. So just some comments on like another video that I did that's on YouTube. I'll look at that a bit later. And then oops. So I had I am going to be, looks like it froze. So we just want to claim YouTube and source's name. It looks like It looks like the live is frozen. I might have to restart it. But let's just take a look and see if it comes back. Okay. It seems like it's fine. Okay. So we're just going to continue on. Okay. So the material plane is 3D Earth. Okay. So what we're transitioning, and the big shift did happen in December 2025. So that the whole, we needed 145,000 people to shift in by December 2025. We were pretty close in September 2025. And I think we only needed like 40,000. But what does that mean? It doesn't mean there's 144,000 special human beings, right? There's no special, because as we go in more consciousness, the 5D, everybody is equal and everybody is in the same vibration, the same frequency. So there's no hierarchy. Okay, so 3D is all about hierarchy, and same with 4D. 4D, we think, oh wow, we're going to feel relief in 4D, but actually 4D is just as complicated as 3D, if not more, because it's more with technology and the electrical kind of the electrical charges and frequency are more intense in 4D. So it's about, right now, it's about stabilizing our frequency and stabilizing our energy. So we're not dipping, going up and down and up and down and up and down. So the 144,000 that needed to shift by December 2025, so that's 144,000 out of 8 billion that we're told that are on Earth now. Right? So that's in 3D bodies on Earth. So consciousness, but you're in a 3D body. So 144,000 in a 3D body on Earth that needed to shift. But I was told that it was 440 shifted, 440,000 shifted, and we only needed 144. Right? So it was a big shift. And so many, because we all help each other. So as we shift in our consciousness, then others shift in consciousness as well. Because ultimately we are one consciousness emanating from source. So our heart is emanated from source. So that spark from source. Just got a beep in my room. So a confirmation. So that shift has happened, but what happens with all the muck? Because as soon as you awaken, you see things as they are and not how you have been told to see things. And so you don't need to hear it from me or from other people, because you're experiencing it yourself in your body. And your body is the best messenger, because your body is like the compass. And then you go in through the heart, and then the inner body is the compass. And then you're getting all of the information that you need. And then deeper in that, you are also connected to the pillar of source consciousness in the inner body. So we were always told, go out of the body. Spiritual awakening is up, out of the crown, up, pop out. But it's not, it's actually in the body and deep inside the inner body. And the body is the golden key, because the body actually will show you what is agitating your system, what is bothering you, and what does not belong to you. So what is not your frequency, but what does not belong to you. And so all the work that I do in the Seer and Higher Self sessions, I will do everything for free on YouTube. So everybody has a chance to ask a question in the Seer and Higher Self. And then also the decree. So what is a decree? It is a sovereign declaration So everything that is not yours, you're asking, well, you're not asking, you're stating for it to be removed. And that is the key, is we aren't asking anymore. We're not begging anymore. We're not wondering, oh, when is this, recursion of the same dynamics in a relationship are going to end? We're going to state the ending, and then we'll see what happens with your energy once you clear your energy field and you clear your body. And then you can actually see what is yours and what is not yours. And so empaths and sensitive starseeds, light workers, they come from a high frequency of unconditional love, and they come on earth to help. And then the density of 3D earth, and I see this with so many clients, and this was true for me for a long time, is they just felt like they were ripped off. Like, why are they here? Like, is this punishment? Like, this is horrific. The way people treat each other is horrific. The wars are horrific. The way children are treated is horrific. And they're like, I would never want to come here, right? But the thing is with 3D Earth, and what I've learned and what I see, is when we have a body, we actually can see what is interfering with us. But at other vibrations or other dimensions, without a body, it is hard to see what is actually interfering with you. And you don't have to feel sorry for the fallen angels, because they've caused a lot of destruction in the last 2 years on 3D Earth. But, they have come from a high dimension of consciousness. And then based on their free will choice, they've gone further and further and further away from source. And so their spark of source consciousness is, say, 1%. And then, say, source consciousness is 1,000%. So that is how far away they are. And so if you think about 5D, think about 5D as like 500. On Earth in a 3D body is a high consciousness. And with a body, you can at least get a sense, with all the agitation in your body and maybe the illnesses of your body, that there's something going on. There's some interference happening with your body. There's lots happening with the body. But at least with the body, we have a chance to clear it. And the decree is one modality, I guess you can call it, that you can, because that's basically in energy sessions, that's what we're doing. We're clearing things that do not belong to you and helping you make the connections so that you can clear your field, so your consciousness is stable in 5D. And it's really hard to not stay stable and flexible when you have all this interference. And 3D is only interference. 3D is there to agitate you. So as soon as you start feeling good, something in your mind, it reminds you of something bad. And then all of a sudden you're lost in, you're lost in thought, but in a negative way. And then all of a sudden your energy is spiraling, and then you're in a shame cycle, or you're in an anger cycle, or you're in a sad cycle. And so that joy was very fleeting, or you're using substances to connect to joy, because joy is so far away from your regular life. So the decree supports a deep level of change by working directly with your body. And then we're clearing what does not belong to you, and what does not belong to you, but also what's interfering with you. And so I've done it, I've filmed it, and it will be up on YouTube. And so far it'll be a series. It's called The Decree, and there are 6 6 segments, and then just follow them kind of part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, 5, 6. So, and then I started with the technology decree, which is essential, and then the body decree, which then you can clear things from your field and your body. Because we want to have real movement in our lives. We don't want to keep looping and being stuck and having the same pain in our bodies, so that our bodies feel heavy and we don't have energy and we don't have the vitality that is very natural in our bodies today. We should have that flexibility. We should have that. We should have the energy. That our natural state is actually joyful and to have energy. All right. Looks like, hi, Senija. Senija's here. So we had a really good discussion on Tuesday, the 14th of April with Senija. I have another question from another person they had left a YouTube message. And this was, so it takes a while. When you come on live, your questions get answered first. But I do have another message from Terese, and I will get to Terese, but I'll answer Senija's question first because she's in the chat. So welcome, Senija. Okay, Senija, her 1973. I'm following the medical medium diet. Had cheese and a junk cookie 2 days ago, which are problematic foods according to medical medium. Today I have headache. Today I have a headache. What foods diet is best for me? And she says she feels her diet affects her consciousness. Okay, so let's take a look. So Senija, 1973. So we're going to connect with her higher self. So what food and what diet? Okay. So right away, what came through is you're kind of like in an exploration of what is working for you. So it's like what they showed me is you with like a telescope, like a long telescope, a long telescope, because this is something, this is actually very typical of empaths, starseeds, and sensitives, because our bodies are constantly bombarded by everything around us, but then also what we're eating and what we're drinking. So it's not just what goes in our bodies, but it's also what is around our bodies, right? So there's that. In order to be an empath, starseed, or light worker, you're sensitive in the 3D world, because the 3D world is really harsh, and it's really harsh on the body. So we're just doing some releasing for you. So it's really harsh on the body. So the first thing that they said is anything green, like any green, and this might not work with the medical medium diet, but this is what your higher self is saying. So we're just going to go with that, and then you'll see how you feel. But the first thing your higher self wants to say is greens. So anything green. Green is also the heart chakra. So anything that you eat that's green, so green apples, they're saying green vegetables, spinach, kale, maybe lettuce is like a light green. Grapes, they're saying grapes. You really like grapes. You might not eat them because maybe you have a thing that you shouldn't have them, but grapes actually are a frequency. They actually make you feel good. Food is energy, and food has a energetic vibration. And so you're sensitive, like you're an empath, so you're going to feel the frequency of the vibration of the food. And so they're saying the one thing that you can do for all the food is bless the food, or you can say to the food, you can say to whatever you're eating, like, I name this in source's name, or I claim this in source's name. And so then you're putting a frequency, a source frequency in everything that you eat. And then once you start doing it, you'll get used to doing it. Because they're wanting your frequency to be stable. The green is the heart chakra. They want that stability of the heart chakra, energy and frequency. It's your baseline, and then they want you to stay at that baseline. And so the green will just remind you of the heart chakra and remind you of the consciousness of the heart. And then, I don't know, this expression just popped in of there. They just said, um, how like in the crucifixion timeline, how Jesus could, um, turn water to wine, basically. Like you can alchemize. So you can you can alchemize is what they're saying. Like you can, whatever you're eating, and you claim it in source's name, and you put that frequency of unconditional love in whatever you're eating, you can alchemize the frequency. Like they're showing me this example of water, where if there's a scientist, I think in Japan, um Yamamoto, I'm not sure of his name. They're saying his name, but there's what they're showing me is like they're showing the structure, the crystalline structure of water. So when you speak to water, and then they filmed it under a microscope, if you spoke loving things to the water turned into this beautiful kind of crystal snowflake. And then if you said angry things or hateful things to the water, it looked all like fragmented and shattered. And so think of food as in terms of frequency, and see it, it may or may not be judged by the mind. They're saying it may or may not be judged by the mind if it is good or not. But if it's something that your body craves, it could be something from childhood that made you feel good. It could be just what you need in the moment to feel good. They're saying, say yes to it, don't deny it, but claim it in source's name. So you're putting the frequency of unconditional love in it. Or if you feel comfortable, they're saying you can also say, I bless this food. And you can even speak to your water, bless the water. And they're also, yeah, they're saying you can speak to the water. So right now it's more anything that's catching your eye and you're exploring it, they're saying that's good, because you're going to figure out what feels good in your body and what feels aligned with you. But they just want to remind you that you have the capacity to stay at a high frequency in a 3D body. And it's more now remembering, not learning, remembering that energy, consciousness, frequency is actually more powerful than food. Then they're saying, than the type of food. That's what they want to say. And then you're going to feel more relaxed. Like the body's going to be like, all the rules of things agitate your body. Your body's like, no, no, I don't want the rules, and the rules are agitating. So they're just saying, stay with the color green, because it reminds you who you are at your essence. You're like a green emanating love being. They're saying, they're like, you're like a green, like you're like the green leaves on a tree. You're just like, you emanate love, but you have a strong structure behind you. So you have a strong consciousness or lineage behind you, like a tree, like the roots and the stability of the tree. You have that consciousness within you. And they're saying it's more now emanating and not absorbing, but you emanate. And before it was everything coming at you. And they're saying now it's the other way, like a tree, and then you're emanating outwards. And yeah, they just want you to breathe and not be hard on yourself. They definitely, they want you to not be hard on yourself. So just doing some fast clearing, because we know my hair, the hair does a fast clearing. So they're just trying to clear the interference. So yeah, and it will be interesting. Like the decree will be on YouTube Live. Not YouTube Live, but on YouTube, like as a series. And it'll be interesting if you do the body decree, how that will feel for you. I'm totally curious to see how that would be. Okay. So we're clearing. They're like, we're clearing, we're clearing, we're clearing. Yeah. They just want you to have a really, yeah, they just removed a whole bunch. So they just want to give you like a head start, basically. They just want to, they're just like, they just want to secure your nervous system right now. And then just really, they're saying focus on exploring, and then the green and a tree. They're basically, those are your kind of signposts. And then okay, so see. Okay, so let's look at the chat. Let's see what Senija is saying. Yeah, so she feels that her diet affects her consciousness. Yeah, of course, because food is energy, and energy affects our consciousness. And then, is medical medium information legitimate? Okay, let's take a look. It says for some it is. So is it legitimate for Senija? So is the medical medium diet? Yeah, they're saying it's too restrictive. Right away, the gut says no, and it's like it's too restrictive for you, because you need to follow, or they are not, you don't need to, but they're suggesting. They never tell us what to do because it's free will on earth. They're suggesting to follow that. Start thinking about food more as frequency and color. And then green is also money, like, I don't know, American dollar bills more than Canadian dollar bills. Canadian money, I think the 20s are green, but American is money is mostly green. So they're also saying that once the frequency and vibration is stable with you, then the money comes, because money is energy. So it will show in all parts of your life. Okay. And then Senija says that she blesses her food daily. Yeah, so that's really good. And then now maybe add the water as well, knowing that water actually literally will show it immediately. Um, yeah. Let's take a look. Any final words for Senija? Yeah, they're just saying that it's too restrictive for you. It's you like rules, but then as soon as you're following rules, you want to rebel and break all the rules. So they're like, you just want to be like, enough. And then, and then you feel badly, and then you feel like you don't have that discipline. But they're saying it's not about discipline, it's about frequency and it's about energy. So they want you to explore and then follow the green because you're extremely empath, heart-based being. So I don't know if there's an extreme empath, but maybe there's like I've heard like a super empath is another word. Yeah. And then Sinija's asking if there are any other colors. Any other colors? Pink, pink, pink. Pink is the upper heart. Let's see what's happening. There's something clearing. They're just clearing the energy and the they're just clearing the energy on your right side. They're clearing like there's like this irritation, or there's like an irritation on your right side of your face, but more around your nose, and they're just clearing it right now. So it's like when you follow other people's rules, you are agitated and irritated because it's going against your own heart, and your heart is so big that right away it agitates your heart and you're agitated. So yeah, so there's pink, there's like orange as well as another color. Um, so green, yellow, orange, and pink. Yeah. So Sunny just saying, so that was any other colors. So yellow, like I saw banana right away. Yellow banana, orange, oranges, anything orange. Pink, I don't know what food is pink. Maybe pink lemonade or something, I don't know. Something pink. That will really connect you with the upper heart. Um, and then let's see. Yeah, they're just working on the clearing right now on your right side of your face. So they're just like, yeah. So Cindy just saying, so basically follow intuitive eating. Yeah. And especially for her, yeah, especially for you, Senija. Like they're saying that it agitates you, it irritates you, actually not to do what you want. You do not like people or anything being the boss of you, yet you like systems and you want to find a system, and you want to be very good and you want to follow systems, but they're saying it absolutely, like I feel like I could just rip off like my right side of my face. It's like it's so agitating. So the yeah, they're like, you'll do it because you want the discipline, but you don't need discipline when you follow your heart. Your heart is the ultimate in discipline. Your heart is the vibration of truth, and there's nothing more important than following your heart's truth. That's what they're saying. So yeah. And you will feel then more empowered and calm in your heart because you're going to feel like a tree, and you can't move. It's very hard to move a tree, you know? So think of it that way. Yeah. I got some 100%, 100% from Senija. Okay, so thanks, Senija. So let's close that question, unless you have anything else that you want to put in the chat. Okay, so yeah, so Senija says that's so true. Yeah. And, thanks so much for putting the comments in the chat, because it really helps, in get kind of retrieving the information and transmitting the information, because we want to do these energy clearings so that you have a real shift, so that there's a real shift now in the present while we're speaking in this session, in this YouTube live. We want to see the shifts happen in real time, because the body will confirm if it's a yes. And if it's a no, you'll feel it usually in your gut, and the gut will get all tight. So, yeah. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, Senija says, thank you so much. So thanks, Senija, for the question. So let's close this so that it's a complete, so it's in a completion. So we're going to bring in sources golden light for Senija, and then close the question, close the space, and then bring sources golden light around Senija, or around all of us. And then just breathe in golden light from source consciousness. It is your own home base. It is your own frequency. So golden light from source is our home base, our home secret, our home. They're just releasing for you. And they're just going to align. They're just going to do alignment right now. They just want to align your nervous system. So they're like, yeah, just make the heart the anchor and the body. So the feedback from the body. Good. So we're connecting to our hearts, breathing in and out. So we're fully aligned with source energy, source consciousness. Connecting with our higher selves. And then we're just asking everything that is not ours, that can be released easily and effortlessly right now in the present moment, to be released and aligned. So only the energies that are aligned with unconditional love remain. And then everything else is repelled by source's golden light. And then just release. And you can kind of imagine just opening up your wingspan. So, and then opening, opening, opening. And then may all of the information that came through for Senija be for her highest and greatest good, to bring healing and clarity, empowerment through source. And we're asking that these shifts and these energy clearings, with Senija's higher self's permission, to be permanent and aligned now. And so we want to close with source's golden light. And we want to reinforce the protection of source's golden shield. around Senija, around her space, around her body, and only energies of the divine presence, God source, her higher self are present. Good. So how did that feel? That was a nice clearing. It's always nice when they're like, let's just do it now. Let's just clear now. So we seal the space with for Senija. It is now closed with much love and wisdom and protection. Good. Thanks, Senija. So Senija sent some hearts and 100%. So I was going to say 100% back or hearts back, maybe 100% too. So yeah, so that feels really good. So because we got the information, but then we also landed it in the body and then secured the body with Source's golden light. So then we all get a nice clearing if we want it. It's interesting. I always feel like um so much better after doing that. They suggested, and that's what's amazing, right? It's one person's question, but it is a question for many, right? So I don't know why Zoom is chopping off the top of my head. Probably because my third eye is blazing. So I don't know. Adjusts itself. So Cindy just says a big relief of her nervous system. So a big relief of my nervous system, she wrote down. So yeah, that's amazing. So the body, the body is the golden compass. The body tells the truth. So if something lands and we get the information, but we also do the integration. We do the clearing and we do the integration. And then we see, okay, well, how does that feel? And the nervous system always will tell the truth because you will not feel calm and agitated. You will only feel one or the other, right? You'll only feel secure or agitated. So, but Cindy just said it's a big relief to her nervous system. Oh, and Cindy just says um my top of my head is not cut off on YouTube Live. She can see my full head on her end. So it's so interesting what is shown to me, and then it's great getting the feedback. So she says that my full head is actually in on camera on. So that's why we claim the technology in Source's name. So I claimed Zoom in Source's name. I claim YouTube in Source's name. I claim the Wi-Fi in Source's name. We can claim the towers, the 5G towers, 3G towers, the 4G towers in Source's name. So because anytime we are talking about the nervous system that is agitated because of the electrical frequencies. Okay. Thanks, Senija. Okay, so and then thanks for letting me know if something happens with the audio or the camera. I don't know. We're doing very well. I had to restart the YouTube live in this live. It didn't go through, it just kept circling for a few minutes. I don't know when the YouTube live, I think it took 10 minutes to sort out. So I'll see it in the replay how long it took. So yeah, Cindy just saying they're trying to distract me. Yeah, I mean that they're trying to stop the, because what are these sessions are also transmissions, right? So as your frequency is aligning, my frequency is aligning, and then anyone that watches the frequency is aligning, but we're also putting a lot of consciousness into the electrical field, like in YouTube and essentially on Zoom, right? And that's the one thing that you can say about the little stinkers is that they always have so much planned out, like 100 years in advance. They're planning ahead of time of, what is coming, what's kind of happening. And then, but they also do things like, we get to do these YouTube lives together, and we're doing these transmissions, we're doing activations, we're doing clearings, we're finding out what our higher selves want us to know. And so that frequency is also going on YouTube, right? So they kind of source is always, 17 steps ahead. Even if they're like 100 years in advance, source is always ahead. So yeah. So thank you, Senija. So hi, Helen. Helen's here. So another person joined the chat. Helen says hi. Hi, ladies. She's at work, but she's listening, sending unconditional love. Oh, thanks, Helen. That's really nice. Sending unconditional love back. So I think if Helen doesn't have a question, I think I'm going to answer Teresa's question. So Terese, she put the message in the YouTube chat, not on the live, but on my YouTube page on the 16th of March. So we've we it took a while, but anyways, so Terese, you put your message up on the 16th of March 2026. So Terese, Terese, and it's a she, 1965. So I am drawn to healing others. Is there a path forward for that? So that's her question. So Terese, 1965, I'm drawn to healing others. Is there a path forward for that? So Terese, let's see if we can find her. It's been a while, but thank you for putting your question up there. So anything that you, Terese, what I'm hearing is anything that you find relaxing is the right modality. So say, okay, right away, the example they said, the Reiki. So Reiki is like you put hand positions on the body, on the top of the body and then the back of the body, and then there's certain hand positions, and then you go kind of along the body head to toe, and then in the back head to toe. They're saying if you are doing Reiki, as an example, this might not, you don't have to do Reiki, but if you find it very relaxing, so you are doing the session, but you enjoy it and it's very relaxing, like almost like so relaxing that you could like lay down on a hammock. It's so relaxing. They're saying if you find the modality so relaxing, almost like you let go to such a deep relaxation in yourself while you're doing that modality, they're saying that is the modality to go for. So if you're drawn to something that makes you so relaxed, that is the right modality. And they gave Reiki as an example, but it doesn't have to be Reiki. So they said that could be a path forward for you, but if it doesn't relax you, don't do it. Okay, so the key is your relaxation. If your body and your consciousness finds it very relaxing, then that is a path forward for you. Oof. Yeah, they're like, it will bring you a lot of, they're saying that it will bring you a lot of vitality and it will bring you a lot of energy, almost like a heat. It will heat you up, like it will bring a lot of fire in you. But how you will express it is you will feel so relaxed. That's the key. And so the more relaxed you are, the better the match of the modality. And it will bring you a lot of energy and heat. So if it's draining you and you feel cold doing it, like you actually, your body temperature feels cold, don't do it. And if you feel tired and exhausted, don't do it. It's the wrong modality. It's the wrong, they want to say the wrong expression. So they're just doing some quick clearing for you. What they're showing is you want to be so relaxed as though you were laying down on a hammock, totally relaxed and surrendered. That is the right match. So if the modality gives you that deep relaxation, enjoyment, then 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 follow that. So it's not the modality. They're saying it's not what you do, it's how you feel when, how you and your body feels when you do the modality. And so when you have a session and then after the session, you should feel very relaxed and very kind of calm and have like a heat, like your heat, your body temperature, the heat is good. Your body doesn't feel cold and your body doesn't feel tired. And then that is the right modality. So they're saying you can go forward with that. That that those are the clues, basically. Yeah, they're saying, but they're literally showing you on a hammock laying kind of face down, even like so comfortable that your back and your nervous system is exposed. So if you sleep on your stomach or you're laying down on the hammock and you're on your stomach, your back is exposed, which is your nervous system is exposed. But they're saying even with your back exposed, your nervous system exposed, you're going to feel so relaxed, then it's the right modality. Yeah, they're just doing some quick clearing. Quick clearing because we're here. They're always wanting just to give everybody like a fresh start or a what are they, like a booster, like a yeah, like a jump start, they're saying. So they're just gonna give Terese a jump start, just do some clearing. So they're just clearing a lot of the past actually for Terese right now. So a lot of the past. So everything that can just kind of lift off easily. Whew. Yeah, and your body temperature will tell the truth. Do you feel like hot, warm? If you feel cold, it's not the right modality. Okay, so again, let's take a look at the chat. So okay, so Senija says, great question and great answer. So it speaks to her as well. So yeah, that's great. And that's what we're seeing, right? That's 5D, right? As one heals, this is Mary's line, that we do quantum connectors together. Mary always says, as one heals, we all heal, right? But that's 5D. 5D is the oneness, right? So source consciousness, one, we're one source consciousness, right? Heart-based consciousness. And Senija says, thank you, Teresa. Yeah, I think it's Terese. T Terese, Terese, I think. Terese, 1965. So Let's just see if there's any final messages for Terese. Okay, so let's close the channel for Terese. So let's just close the space is a better word. Because as soon as we say channel, everybody pops out of their heads. So we don't want that. So we just want to close the space for Terese. So close the question, kind of just connect your back completely in the present moment. And so she's fully back into the present moment. And her higher self fully aligned with source and guiding this, yeah, guiding her. Yeah. So source consciousness, the golden light from source, kind of bring everything back into the now. Just doing some quick releases for her. I know the higher selves are always like, you're here, so let's just do this. So usually they just want to do quick releases, give everybody a jump boost. It's usually clearing things from the nervous system and from the body that you don't need anymore. So yeah, surround this space with the golden light of source. And then may the guidance that came through serve for Teresa's highest good in her life now, to bring self-healing and clarity, empowerment, and the connection to source amplified with the golden light. Great. That always feels good. It's like, I always think, I just want to pause, whenever I feel like when we call in source's golden light, it's always like, whoa, wow, that's like, that feels like laying down in a hammock, it feels so relaxing. Okay, so thank you, Terese. Teresa's question is now closed, so fully closed. Make sure, drink some water, everybody, all of us. We know energy work is very dehydrating because we're clearing. We're clearing and then we're bringing in source's golden light. Okay. So Terese, we've closed your question now. So Teresa's question is closed. Yeah, so yeah, they're saying drink water. Drink water. Warm water. It can be warm or hot water or tea or something like that. Yeah, they want to get your body fired up, get it warmed up. Yeah, so good. Thanks, Terese. We'll close now with Terese, connecting to Gaia, to New Earth, connecting to the crystalline grid. So Terese is fully grounded and that we are all fully grounded. And then we can also bring the vitamins and the minerals that we need from the crystalline grid, from Gaia, and we can bring it into our cells. And we're doing this energetically, but we can do that now. So connecting to Gaia's crystalline grid, and we're asking for the vitamins and minerals that our cells need. We're asking for our higher selves to decide what we need and what needs replenishing, and then also what can be cleared. Okay, so good. Good. They're like, good, good. And I'm like, good, good. Everybody's good. So yeah, thanks. So thanks to Teresa's question. And then thanks, Senija, for giving support, and Helen as well. Senija says, thank you, Elaine. Yeah, thank you. Thank you both for being here live on the chat. It makes it quite exciting to have the dialogue. And to be able to talk to our higher selves and our higher consciousness. So our higher self is our higher consciousness. And I feel like I need something to drink. So if anybody else feels called, so this is, I actually have put some cloves in my tea and then some ginger. At first I found cloves to be so strong. I was like, no way I can drink cloves, but I actually now really like it. It's kind of like woodsy, and I'm just going to send some hearts to everybody. Yeah, so cloves. At first I was like, oh, yuck, yuck, they're so gross, so strong, but now actually I like it. So I love ginger as well. I like eat it every day, like chunks of it. Okay, so let's look at, I feel like kind of we're good. I feel like we kind of landed in a good spot with this YouTube live. We've stayed in the now. We've stayed in the now. Oh, and Senija says that she adds star anise to her tea. Oh yeah, that's interesting. I've never actually done that. I've never added. Actually, star anise is not on my radar at all, so I'll look into that. Um, yeah, but I feel like I know we started a bit late because I had to restart the YouTube. And then Senija also says she drinks celery juice every morning since 2018. Wow, that's really good. I actually love the taste of celery juice. Um, and beet juice. I love beet juice. But I don't have it every morning, so that's really good. So you must have like a juicer or something to make that for yourself every day. I love celery juice. It's so refreshing. Again, that's green. See? The green is your vibration. It's your green is your color. Green food. So celery. Yeah, green food, green drink. See? You're already ahead. You're already you're already doing what your higher self is saying to do in terms of food. The That's amazing. So thank you, Senija. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, Terese, for your question. Let's close the session now. Yeah, Senija says she has an omega juicer. So, and since you've been doing it since 2018, it must be a good juicer. Yeah. Okay, so I think let's close here now. And then I've added now the Thursdays at 7:30 and the Tuesdays at 11:11 for the YouTube lives. So, come ask questions. Let's have a dialogue. Let's, um, you know, stay at our 5D frequency, our source consciousness frequency of 5D, our heart-based consciousness, and keep connecting back through the heart to our inner body, which is the compass, and then connecting to source consciousness, that pillar of the golden light that is in us, not around us, but actually in us, in our body. Okay. Yeah, so Senija says it's from the info, what is it, the medical medium diet. Oh, so the celery juice is from the medical medium diet and also the heavy metal smoothie. Yeah, so it's like everything, you don't have to buy the whole store. You can just pick and choose what is right for you, right? That's what they're saying. Like you don't have to buy you don't have to follow the whole book or the whole store. You just can follow what is the right ones that are for you. So using our discernment is so important, that we're doing things that is not just for everybody, but what is right for us, right? And our higher self will always tell us what, and then we can do that like in this work, right? We're mirroring each other. So we get a chance to actually, as you speak it out loud, you have the mirroring that affirms what is going on inside as well, because it's hard to actually see what is going on inside of us without mirroring. And questions are the ultimate breakthrough because it is us refining our discernment. And the more discernment, the more empowered you are, and the more empowered you are, the more flow state in the 5D you stabilize. So there's no question that, that we're in 5D frequency, but now how do we stabilize 5D frequency, right? On a moment to moment level. Okay, so we'll see you in the next one. Thank you for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I so appreciate it. So yeah, 100% and lots of hearts back to both of you. So thank you. And then, yeah, the sun's coming out brighter now. So let's end here. So let's end the session now so that it's fully closed and that all the healing and the clearings that happen are with your higher selves, and that we're fully back into the present moment and fully grounded. Yeah. And then just stay kind of in. We're bringing our energy in and then into our inner body. Okay, so now the session is closed with much love and much thanks. And we will see you in the next one. Thanks for joining the live.